Hello everyone, thanks for joining. My name is Dmitriy Lavrov. I'm the founder of Tradunity, and today we are going to make another stream, market overviews, where I will share with you just ideas about interesting markets and reply your questions about different trading opportunities. I will be able to provide you a quick market overview for markets which are interesting for you. Before we start, I need to remind you one more time that I will share with you only my personal experience, only my personal understanding about possible market movements and trading opportunities. It will be good if you use it for educational purpose. Before opening any trades, I advise you to make your personal research and only you can be responsible for your trading results. Trading in the financial markets risky, and you must understand it. So, how we will work? I'm going to start from Bitcoin, and we will talk about crypto. First of all, after that, I have some interesting markets from stocks, where I show you really interesting opportunities, and I will try to explain you why stock markets are also so cool. We can talk about commodities like gold, silver, because interesting trading opportunities can be soon there. And during this stream, if you want to get a review on your market, write them in the chat. Time by time, I will read the chat and pick the markets which are interesting for you, just personally for you. One more announcement I would like to tell you. We still have available the special offer where you can get access to all our premium stuff, services, products, which can be like access to our academy, chat with experts, access to our newest trading robot, access to our copy trading platform, and other interesting stuff. You can get it for free. For this, you just need to visit tradunity.com/beta, fill the registration form, and follow the instruction which you will get on your email. Only 3 or 4 simple steps. So you will be able to save about $500 and get access to interesting and helpful stuff, which will help you to increase your trading and protect you from possible mistakes. So also you can find the link to this special page below this video in the description. If you have any question, just write me in the chat about this offer. You can write me in TradingView, or you can write me in Telegram. Let's start, and let's start from the most interesting market, like Bitcoin. By the way, I hope you can hear me and I don't need to change the sound, right? Please write in the chat if you can hear me without any problems. Let's start from Bitcoin. And I would like to start from the weekly chart. The weekly chart because we got a very interesting and strong signal from the weekly chart. First of all, if you look at the weekly chart, for us, 2 candles are the most interesting one. You can see during the previous stream, which we made on Monday, during the next week, we talk about a possible candle which can tell us about which can tell us about that the market needs the market can get a break, and this candlestick pattern can tell us about possible just a pause in the upward movement, or possible reversal in the upward movement. So we got this candle. It was the candle on the top, and after bouncing from 9,000 level, the next week gave us the confirmation that the market bounced from 9,000 level and it can move lower. So such structure tells us about that the market now is in correction movement, and you shouldn't just look at the current week because it is only Monday. We have this new candle, and it can be even if it will be like this in the end of this week. So it will give us, it won't give us bullish signal. If we talk about weekly time frame, for us the most important candle now is this huge bearish candle. It tells us about that the market can and it is ready to move lower. So the weekly time frame gives us strong bearish signal. Also, it confirmed the bearish signal is confirmed by RSI, where line dropped from the overbought zone, and tells us that the market was overbought, and it has some potential for moving lower, like in the correction movement, which is the part of any trend movement. So the same goes about MACD histogram, which also supports the possible downward movement. At the same time, we have bullish signals confirming the uptrend from MACD lines. They move upward, and we also have bullish signal from DMI indicator, which tells us about trend market conditions and the strength of buyers. So we have bullish and bearish signals, but we can consider bullish signals like signals telling us about the medium term or long term price movement, and we can use bearish signals like signals which can predict possible short term movement. And short term movement, it is still the correction movement, which should be because we had a good upward movement before. So from the weekly time frame, the most important thing, we have strong bearish signal. But again, it's we shouldn't talk about a trend reversal. No, the market made a good upward movement from, let's say, if we talk about the weekly time frame, the upward movement was from 3,500, just about it, and it was only 3 weeks when market moved sideways. It was like a short pause in the upward movement, and after that we got 4 big candles. So it was a good upward movement, which should be corrected. So after that we need to move lower. Let's say we have to use the daily time frame in order to get just more signals about possible market movements. So here we have the following situation. Again, price bounced from 9,000, and we see it. We can see this reversal. At the same time, we can say that the bearish divergence works. It was confirmed. The price broke the local swing high, swing low. So bearish divergence works, and it tells us about possible again downward movement. So now we have the local swing high, which is also important for us. Here it is So how it was, the market bounced from 9,000, dropped to 7,500. For us, this swing low is important because after that the price bounced and moved back. We got a new swing high. Swing high is at 8,000 level, which now also important for us because this breakout about this swing high will be able to give us additional confirmation that the market is going to move back to 9,000. But without this breakout, the market just will be able to continue the sideways movement, and sideways movements will be like a period of time when it's better to stay out of the market and wait for additional signals confirming just possible waiting for better signals from the market. So I advise you to watch for the price action at these two important swing highs and swing lows. For if you need get signals confirming that the market continues the uptrend and at least it will be a new attempt to reach 9,000 level. If you are looking for maybe medium-term, short-term signals and buy signals and trades, you need to focus at this high of the bullish candle, which forms the local swing high. Let's say it is about 8,100 the weekly time frame. The market still has potential for the downward movement, and we must be ready to see the falling. The falling will be also confirmed when the price breaks the local swing low. Why it is important? Because we had the movement when price started falling. It was a good correction movement, but 7,500 level hold the price. The price bounced, moved back to 8,000, bounced from 8,000 and moved back to 7,500 level again. And after that we get this bullish candle, which is like today, like this day. And this day tells us about that the market bounces from this level and the price can't move below 7,500. So it means for the market this level is important, as it is important for the market and for the players. For confirmation that the market will be able to move lower, we need get this additional signal like a breakout. If price breaks this swing lows and 7,500 support level, it will tell us the market is going to move lower. The lower level will be 7,000, where we have another resistance zone, which also can stop market for some time. It can be like a reversal point, a reversal zone, and the market will continue the upward movement, or the price can break the zone. Now we have we can't say what will be when if the price will reach 7,000 level, and we don't need to predict possible price movement. For us it's more important just to get signals from market and follow them. Let's imagine that price breaks the previous swing lows, it reaches 7,000 level support zone, where in this zone we can get a reversal. It won't be a good correction movement in the bullish market, but still it will be at least one of possible correction movements in bullish market where there is a strong demand for Bitcoin. If so, we should be ready to get the first good and reliable signals from it will be from one of moving averages, average with the period 50. It acts like just another support line. It will be 7,000 level, round number level, where also we can find just a lot of people who would like to buy Bitcoin based on this round number. And this zone will be good for providing us a reversal signal, which can be also confirmed by RSI, MACD histogram. And based on this reversal signal, it will be possible to buy with, let's say, if we talk about buying based on reversal from 7,000 level, it will be possible to place a stop order below, let's say, 6,000 level, for a case if you want to protect your trade, if you are not a long-term trader, and you will be able to fix profit at 9,000 level and 10,000 level. Probably after the reversal, after the correction, the main target for the market will be 10,000, as it is a strong resistance zone from the past, and it is really sounds very interesting for traders who search for targets for medium-term trading, not for long-term trading. If you are a long-term trader, it will be possible to use probably the current levels for buying, the levels at 7,000 if the market reaches them, or lower. But for your long-term trading, it will be also possible to put your stop below 6,000, maybe below 4,000 level. And your target should be, of course, not like 9,000. Maybe the first target should be at 12, and the second profit target can be at 15, 17, or maybe even 20,000. Because the market is in the uptrend, we can see strong demand, and the signal that we have strong demand mainly because we can get it from the market movements, how it can't move lower because of this support. So if we could talk about just any other markets where yes, we can have the trend movement, but where there is no such strong support, the previous upward movement could be corrected, maybe even on 50% from the previous upward run. But now in Bitcoin, market moves upward in fast way, and it moves downward without strong interest. So it can be like a signal that not many players want to exit and sell Bitcoin just in order to maybe buy it lower. So you must be careful with let's say short-term trades, as you can see how sometimes market movements can be unpredictable, because it was logical to get the continuation of the falling after bouncing from 8,000, but today we got this bullish candle. It can be bullish, it can be the continuation of the downward movement with a new bearish candle. But see, we have such pattern now. So just again, I stay with my previous idea still. For me, I would like to see the correction movement, which will be able to reach 6,000 level and get the reversal from this zone, because this zone also will be interesting. This zone will be the most interesting for buying. The reason is 6,000 level support level is really very strong, and it can hold the market, and it can become a really strong starting point for a new wave, which will move the market to 10,000 level. Also, this support zone will be supported by another simple moving average with the period 100. If so, the zone becomes even more stronger, and the most important thing, the market will correct the previous upward movement, and it will be ready for a new, let's say, a new jump upwards. And this zone will be the perfect one for buying, for short term, for medium term, for long term. It doesn't matter. So I would like to see the fall into this zone. I also saw some posts on TradingView. Some traders, some authors think about 4,000 level. Will the market? What do you think? Please write in comments, in chat. What do you think the market will be able to reach, for example, 4,000 level, or not? The reason is, if you think that people start thinking about possible reversal from 9,000, it can be like a signal that there is no strong hype which we, for example, had in May, in the beginning of May, when the price break 6,000 level, and very quickly we saw 9,000 level. If you think the market has potential to move lower, probably 6,000 will be reached without any doubts. But again, from my point of view, for reaching 4,000 level, we must have, let's say, strong fundamental news and negative news against crypto and against Bitcoin also. So now we don't have such news. Also, we have to take into consideration the behavior of the community, the behavior of, let's say, a big number of traders who are not educated, who are not experienced, and I believe that price can break 6,000 in spite of this support zone is really strong, only because of panic sale. When market or if market starts downward movement, let's say it breaks 7,500, it reaches 7,000 level, even if the price breaks lower, I'm worried about that a lot of unexperienced traders can start panic, and just they will start closing their position, and it will push the market lower. Maybe only in such way we will be able to see 5,000 level. Maybe it will be just only only short-term movement, but still it will be also possible to see. That's why I provided you two different support zones based on your trading style. If we talk about short-term trading or medium-term trading, where you can put your stop loss below 6,000 level, it will be just for a case if the market won't have any negative fundamental news, and if we don't see any panic sales from traders. The price bounces, you open, and you will have active long position. If there will be something against Bitcoin and crypto, in such way the market will be able to move lower. If it moves lower, why you need to stay with a long position? In such way, you need to close your position and wait for new trading opportunities. But if you are a long-term trader, for you this short-term, maybe medium-term downward movement will mean nothing. And for this, only the most important thing will be if the price breaks the important uptrend lines, and these uptrend lines are based on technical tools like lines. You can draw it like here. So until the price is above these lines, two lines, we can talk about the bullish trend. Also, traders use, for example, simple moving average or exponential moving average, it doesn't matter, with a 200 period, which acts like the main trend line telling us about long-term trend. So if we talk about long-term trade, for us, in this example, it is good combination, simple moving average with 200 periods, this purple line, and the blue line, which is one of the first uptrend line. They forms the support zone and the signal zone. We will have the uptrend until the price stay above this zone. Only if price breaks this zone, after that we will be able to talk about possible trend reversal, and it can be after that the market can move sideways, or maybe the continuation of, maybe we will see a new downtrend. But again, in order to see a new downtrend, there must be solid fundamental reasons. Now we don't have them, and as a result we must be bullish. Also, what I want to say about the bullish trend, I would like to see the continuation of the bullish trend when there will be news about something like Fidelity released the platform and allowed traders to trade Bitcoin, or maybe BACT will launch in sometime in the nearest future, something like this. Because again, for supporting a new upward movement and reaching, for example, the main target at 10,000, the market needs support. And only fundamental news will be able to change, to increase demand, and it will push the price higher. And this movement will be logical. It won't be the movement based on hype. It will be the movement where we will see increasing of the true value of Bitcoin, and in such way the market and the uptrend will be much more stable. If we talk about only hype movement, now the price can bounce from 7,500 and move above 9,000, but what will support this upward movement? It can be manipulated movement, it can be the movement just only because of hype. But at the same time, if Fidelity or if other platforms which can be used for involving institutional traders, if all this project will be delayed one more time, market will be able to move back easily to these levels, 6,000 level, 7,000 level, very quickly. And if you just open long position based on let's say breakouts above 9,000 level, you will have good chances to stay in the market with a long position, which will be in drawdown, and you will just freeze some part of your capital in such unpredictable market conditions. It won't good, and that's why also don't forget to search for any strong positive news which can support any upward movements for the Bitcoin. As we don't have now any strong fundamental news, for me it looks much more just logical to see the continuation of the correction movement. One more thing about Bitcoin I would like to show you for our time frame where we can see why and how the market moved and why it bound, which signals it can provide us for short-term period, and here we must draw this downtrend line. It will be important because based on the daily time frame we have only bullish candle and there are no ideas what to do tomorrow, for example, how the market will move and so on. But based on the hour time frame we can see why price bounced, why it didn't drop below 7,500, and it is interesting situation. So when the price bounced from when the price broke 8,000 level, the market moved lower and it bounced from 7,500. It was based on the daily time frame, but based on 4-hour time frame, it was a simple moving average with the 200 period, which acted like the support line, and this line supported the market. Price bounced, moved back to 8,000, couldn't break it because we got again the combination of simple moving average with a 50 period, which acted like a resistance line, and the downtrend line was not far from the reversal. Also it was a simple moving average one with 100 period. So all together with the moving average, with the downtrend line, we got here a resistance zone. So price couldn't break it and bounced from the resistance, and we saw a new fall. In this case, in this zone, market formed and confirmed that 7,500 can be like also a support zone too, without this purple line, which is a simple moving average with 200 period. And in spite of the breakout and confirmation, here we got the confirmation that based on the 4-hour time frame we got a trend reversal signal, and it was confirmed. So after that, based on the hourly, based on a 4-hour chart, we can talk about the possible sideways movement or continuation of the bearish and developing of the bearish trend. Now, what we have? We have a new attempt to break this downtrend line, and we get it here. We get here a reversal candlestick pattern, which is also can be like a doji, it can be like a pin bar, it doesn't matter. It is a reversal candlestick pattern at the resistance line and zone. So based on it, if price bounces, and we must know in the technical analysis, when price reaches one of possible resistance zone or support zone, line, levels, it doesn't matter. First of all, you should expect a reversal. Only in some cases the price can break this zone and continue the price movement. But first of all, you have to start thinking about possible reversal. And in this case, the price is at the resistance zone. We have a reversal candlestick pattern. We have a signal. We have a RSI which starts downward movement, and it will come from the price reversal. And we have we have that's all. We don't have any other signals confirming the bouncing, but still these two signals they can be workable, and for us now the market is going to bounce. If it bounces again, we must be ready to see the fall into 7,500, because it will be the target for the market and for the downward movement, and price action here will tell us about just will the market continue the falling or not. The breakout will open the road to 7,000 level. If the price reverses from this zone one more time, it can be like a signal confirming that 7,500 support level is really strong, and probably it's time to buy and expect for the reversal from this zone and a new upward movement to 9,000 level. This signal can be used for buying also with stop orders below 7,500 levels, and it can be used for buying for short term mainly. Another variant can be if the price breaks this resistance zone. Here in this zone the price must move above the high of this candle, because this candle can be the highest point of a new swing high, and the breakout of the local swing high will provide additional signal confirming the continuation of the price movement. And also the price must move again above 8,000 level and the downtrend line. So breakout above this zone will confirm us the upward movement to the nearest target, so the nearest resistance zone, and it is 9,000 level. So if you worry about missing trading opportunities because the market can just break it and continue the upward movement, you also can think about just a possible buying based on the breakout, because this signal will give us just confirmation that the market has good chances to continue their uptrend. So about Bitcoin. You get some ideas, and it's time to move for in other markets. I would like to get some markets from your list, from the chart, and as I can see, questions. As for the question about from Elper, do you think this BTC 8-9K top could be in ABC waves correction in the big picture? So if we talk about waves, Elliott waves theory, I'm not the right person to talk about it because I don't use waves theory in trading, and so based on the weekly time frame we can see nothing. I don't know it perfectly, and I just know the main ideas how to use this theory in trading. But what is the problem with the Elliott's wave theory? If you draw waves in the wrong way, all your prediction will be wrong. We have just some upward movements where you can put it like, I don't know, like the first wave correction. Here is maybe the second with correction, the third, and if you mean something like this, I just tell you one more time, I am not an expert in this type of trading. I want to tell you that it's not so clear. It's not so good because I don't like these movements, which can be counted another way. So I'm not sure that these movements from 8,000 to 9,000 they can be like the part of correction movement in the waves structure. And if you want to get maybe better ideas based on this type of trading, uh, I can only advise you to address your question to experts in this part of in this type of trading. The reason is, as I mentioned before, Elliott's waves theory is probably one of the most complicated parts of trading. It needs a lot of knowledge and it needs a lot of experience in order to use and in order to apply and count price movements in the right way. If you make something wrong, if you start counting in just from wrong points, your analysis will be useless and it can give you just wrong ideas about possible market movements. I'm not a person who would like to make trading more complicated. That's why I don't use Elliott's waves theory. I use another tools which are more suitable for me, and they also provide good signals and good understanding about possible market movements and market conditions. So I can't say that it is the B in ABC waves structure. As for Litecoin, I will look at it a little bit later. The same goes about. There is a request from Luis about Dow Jones. We will look at it. Also, just finish with Bitcoin. From Tom, I think 6,700 level is pretty strong support. For example, if we talk about 6,700, do you mean? Yes, it can be like this based on the daily time frame. But I would like to talk about maybe more about like a support zone between 7,000 and 600 6,700, as 7,000 it is a round number level, and always it will be like a support or resistance zone, a resistance level. Of course, price can't reach it exactly or bounce it from it exactly, just reaching this level. That's why when we talk about levels, first of all we have to talk about zones, and in this case 6,700 and 7,000 altogether, based on the daily time frame, they can just form a good, yes, I agree with you, it can be a good and strong support zone, which also can be used first of all for sellers as a target, and for getting possible buy signals based on the reversals from this support zone. I'm watching this from Mike while having a haircut. So good luck with it. From Maxi, can you check silver and Tesla? Yes, I have silver market and Tesla market in my list. About Dow Jones, I will say it. And Litecoin, but before it, from A point P, is this head and shoulders chart pattern based on the daily chart frame and based on Bitcoin. Well, if we look at the chart, yes, we can say it looks like a head and shoulders chart pattern, and head and shoulders chart pattern, it is a trend reversal chart pattern. But it doesn't look like a perfect one, because I don't like this movement. So if we could get this like swing high, so in this case, yes, it could be a good, let's say, the left shoulder. Okay, if so, we could have such structure, and if we talk about this pattern and price market movement like the right shoulder, yes, it can be also like this, but I can't say that it is a good and visible head and shoulder chart pattern, because of the left shoulder, and the right shoulder seems too small because it consists of only from two bearish candles and three small bullish candles. So I would like to see it a little bit bigger. But still, in some cases, you can use it. It can be like a signal, because sometimes it's rather difficult to find like the perfect chart patterns, and that is one of disadvantages of technical analysis, that one trader can see this pattern, another trader can skip this chart pattern. So I would like to see just the price movements, more price movements at these swing highs and lows, as they are important, and they are also important if we talk about this market and head and shoulders chart pattern, because it can be like this swing low, it can be like one of the lines for the neck, for the neckline, and if the price breaks this neckline, it will be confirmation that head and shoulders pattern confirmed. So if so, we will have target like from this top to this neckline. It will be the space, which also can be used like a target for the downward movement. So this size must be put it here, and we will see the target for the downward movement. And let's say, even if it is a head and shoulder chart pattern, and even if it is confirmed, it will be just additional signal confirming the movement to 6,000 level, where you will find a really strong and good support. But at the same time, if the price breaks the, let's say it is the right shoulder, and if the price breaks the right shoulder, and it is let's say a chart, head and shoulder chart pattern, we will have just the signal confirming the continuation of the price movement. If you read a book from Jack Schweiger about chart patterns, you could find just a very interesting idea. If a reversal chart pattern provides you a false signal, you should use this pattern as a pattern confirming the continuation of the previous upward movement, the previous market movement. So in this case, if a trend reversal pattern won't be fulfilled, it will be a signal confirming the continuation of the uptrend. And we talk about it. If the price breaks the local swing high, we should be ready to see the continuation, the upward movement to 9,000 level. It's simple, but we didn't use, I didn't mention this chart pattern. But the target is the same, and the conclusion is the same. So let's move to Litecoin, as this market can be also interesting, because it made the upward movement without maybe solid reasons for this. I read in comments that it was pumped, and if Bitcoin moved lower, the same goes about Ethereum. Litecoin moved upward and broke just one of, let's say, signal levels, the resistance level at 120. So based on it, it was just a signal confirming the continuation of the uptrend. The bearish divergence didn't provide us. It wasn't. It wasn't. It, it didn't push the market lower, so we didn't get a good correction, and the market continued the upward movement. So if it is just a play of pumpers, this movement means nothing, because if just one or two big players decided to push the price higher, so the market will be able to move back to the previous levels, like 100 or even lower, and in such way it will be a reason to think about buying if you believe in this market. If we talk about possible entry levels based on the current prices, we can look at the weekly time frame, and we see that the market made a good upward movement. So it means if you skip this possible reversal here, if you miss the signal for buying based on trend reversal here, so now it's not a good time for buying, because price moved too far from good entry levels, and you need to wait for a correction movement, and only based on reversals buy this coin. If we look at the daily time frame, in order to find the possible entry zones, the current breakout, if you buy based on this breakout, it means you will have not good entry level, because the good entry level, they are not far from, you can see this uptrend line, and simple moving average with 50 periods, you should consider this zone as a good for buying. So you can see how much space there is between good entry level and possible entry level. Even if you are a long-term trader, I would like to wait for a correction at least to 100 level and buy based on it. But if you don't care, if you are a long-term trader, or maybe if you are investor, and if you believe in this market, probably in some cases just very small part of capital can be invested. If you expect to move into 200 level, maybe 300 and the previous historical highs, but again, for me, this market doesn't look solid in the long run from fundamental point of view, because it is just the copy of Bitcoin, just like additional market. If we talk about Bitcoin, it is everything is simple. It is solid from fundamental point of view. There is strong interest from community, from institutional traders, and the market has huge potential for the upward movement. As we talk about Litecoin, we don't have it, and if so, the market looks not so solid and not so reliable. But again, if we talk about buying, you need to wait for a such setup in the bullish structure which we have now, like we had, for example, here. I draw your attention that market moved upwards, corrected the price, the previous upward movement, reached the support zone formed by a simple moving average 150, and the uptrend line bounced, broke the downtrend line, which also supported the correction movement, and based on this breakout in the perfect zone, you could open buy position with and join to this uptrend. So it was something like this here, something like this, not perfect, but something like this, and also you could use. But this one, of course, this signal is much better. So, and now you need just only to wait for correction movement, which can be like to 100 level. It will be zone formed by 100 support level. Maybe this simple moving average will reach this 100 level too. So this zone can be good for possible buying with stop loss below this uptrend line and targets at the previous highs, swing highs, and targets based on the previous important resistance levels, like you can see 100, 180, 200 levels. So only like this. For other cases, I don't think this market is good and interesting. So we talked about Bitcoin. We talked about Litecoin. Let's move to stock for some time. Also think about possible markets which can be interesting for you from crypto. And we'll move back. Oh, I got one request from the chat, and it was from Discord channel. It was about Binance Coin. Let's look at it also. Binance Coin, the same story. Market is in the uptrend. We got the upward movement. They attempt to correct it. It can be used for buying based on, for example, breakout above this downtrend line, because we have just the uptrend and an attempt to continue this uptrend. But again, I would like to see the same pattern like here, if we talk about buying. So we got the uptrend where the price corrected the previous movement, bounced from the support zone, and continued and made a new upward movement. So we could buy based on the reversal, or we could buy based on the breakout. I would like to see the same pattern where price reached this support zone, reverses, breaks the downtrend line, and continues the upward movement. Also, buy opportunities can be based on the reversal signals and based on breakout signals. But at the same time, we have another structure, another pattern when price didn't reach this support zone and just the market corrected the upward movement without reaching this level, reversed, broke this local downtrend line, and continued the upward movement. In this case, we could also open buy position based on the breakout. If you don't worry about just buying based on only breakout signals without getting a good signal confirming that the price reverses from support zone and continues the uptrend movement, so you can think about maybe buying following this this setup. In such a way, you just need to wait for the situation when the price breaks this downtrend line. Why we have this downtrend line? If you switched to the low time frame, like 4 hour, for you it will be the downtrend, and the breakout about the downtrend line is just a signal telling us about possible trend reversal. If so, it is a reason to buy. That's why you need to wait for the breakout. But still, the market has space for falling to 28 and maybe even to the zone 25, 24. So don't forget about it. From Edward, XLM. Okay, let's look at XLM. Based on, let's look at it based on Bitfinex. So we have what we have. And as for this market, we have interesting market conditions because we have the uptrend. The market made the upward movement just in the direction of the bullish trend. We have the correction movement like here after this upward movement strong, and now the price is at possible support zone formed by simple moving average 100, simple moving average 50, and simple moving average 200. All these moving averages forms a strong support zone, and it is also supported by let's say these we can put it based on these swing highs one level, based on these swing lows just another level, and just combining moving averages and with levels which are 0.12 and 0.11, we have the support zone, and the price reversal from this support zone can be used like a reason for buying, because it will be logical after correction, and the market just started a new uptrend, and you have the space for the upward movement. If you want to get additional signal confirming that the market really is going to move upwards, just put the downtrend line based on these swing highs 1, 2, 3, and if the price breaks this, if the price breaks this downtrend line here, it will be a signal telling us about the continuation of the upward movement. So based on this breakout, it will be possible to open a long position. That's all for this market. It is interesting. It can provide possible buy opportunity, so you just must be ready. If you are interested in this market, definitely you have to add it in your watch list. Let's move to stock markets, and interesting markets are Tesla, Intel, and Facebook. Let's look at them. And I should say stock market now provides really interesting trading opportunities. We talked about Tesla, which the market moves downward and in downtrend, and here we talked about it on previous streams. If you don't believe me, you can watch it. We talk about possible reversal from this zone, because this zone support zone 180. This zone is also supported by the bottom line of the descending price channel, so the zone becomes stronger. Also, the market looks oversold because we have you can see it based on RSI indicator, where RSI line moved and stayed in the oversold zone for some time. So it was a good signal confirming that the market is oversold, and it can be corrected. Also, we had a good falling, and the price moved far from moving averages, and as I explained it in previous videos, it can be used like additional signal confirming that the market moves reached overbought or oversold zones. If price moves far from let's say simple moving averages, it can be from 20 period, it can be from 50 period, it can be from 500 period. It's just additional signal telling us about just a moment when the price will start movement to these moving averages. Like in this case, price bounced. We also got, by the way, here in this zone, we got something like it's not clear, and it's not perfect. I agree with you if you will complain that I'm a little bit wrong. We could talk about bullish divergence, which provides trend reversal signals, and this bullish divergence, based on this, it's not the perfect swing low one, and the first swing low is not perfect, but still for some cases it can be used, and the second swing low is workable and good one. And this bearish divergence came from MACD histogram. In this case, so it was just a signal telling us about the reversal. We got this very small candle, doji, which in some cases can be like a reversal candlestick pattern, plus bullish divergence, plus this bullish candle. So after this candle we could talk about the upward movement, and the market moved upwards, reached 200 level, which is a resistance level, could break it and reach here, this simple moving average with a 50 period. Price action in this zone will provide us more details. Will the market continue the downtrend? Because now we have downtrend, and this upward movement is just the correction in the downtrend. So if the price bounces, it can be just a reason trying to catch the downtrend and open short position. Or if we talk about the bullish divergence, and if we talk about the market which just made a good downtrend movement, the company which is interesting for the world, and of course shares of this company can has, let's say, the shares of this company, I mean Tesla, have space for the upward movement, because in spite of there are a lot of debts and something like this, Tesla produce really cool, I don't know the word products will be good or not, let's say really this company produce cool things, and in the long run the price of shares can move upward. If we talk about, and if we think about this market like this, so the current zone and this trend reversal signal can be used for possible, just thinking about possible long position with stop orders below this swing low and 180 level. Long position can be also opened based on let's say breakouts above we have this resistance zone, and we have the main line of the descending price channel. The main signal will come if price will break this descending channel. It will tells us, and it will confirm that the market is going to reverse, so from bearish trend to sideways movement, or maybe to bullish trend. how this breakout signal can be used like a confirmation for possible upward movement, I will show you a little bit later based on gold market. It will be interesting. So in this zone, possible open short trades with stops above this swing high, above this high price, just trying to catch the reversal and continuation of the market movement downward. Or if you want to buy, and if you missed these buy opportunities based on bullish divergence, it's better to wait for the breakout above this main line of the descending price channel, and it will be better to wait for the breakout above this resistance zone between 240 and 250. So if the price breaks above it, it will be like a signal telling us about possible upward movement to the previous 300, 280 and above resistance levels, so up to 390. So the market is interesting, and from my point of view, it should be added to your watch list for possible trading opportunities. Let's look at the Facebook also, as this market also can provide us interesting trading opportunities. You remember I just showed you Tesla and bullish divergence. Here is a good example showing you how bullish divergence works. We also got bullish divergence on Facebook market when the market reached just local bottom. We got bullish divergence, price. Okay, I will draw it just like this. Price also, the market also moved in the descending price channel. We got this signal telling us about a trend reversal. Price broke the line, the main line of the descending price channel, and after that we got confirmation for new uptrend, and you see how price moved from 100, let's say 40, maybe 50, 150 if you would like to open trades based on just more reliable signal. So more reliable signal could come from just after breakout above 150 resistance zone and simple moving average 200. Buying from here, and you could catch all this movement. Now we have deep correction, and if you use only, for example, 100 period moving average, for you it is just a trend reversal and an attempt to move to start a new downtrend. Or if you use 200 moving average like the main line telling you about the direction of market, for you it's just a very deep correction with fake attempt to change the trend from bullish into bearish. Price bounced and moved back above simple moving average 200, and it can be like a signal telling that probably the market is going to continue this previous uptrend. It can provide interesting buy opportunities, and for getting a signal, additional signal confirming that the market really is going to move to continue the uptrend, you should wait for a breakout about this local downtrend line again. You can get it, and you can use this signal for possible buying with stops below this swing high, or a possible new swing high which should be higher than the previous one. So swing highs can be used, swing lows can be used for placing stop orders, and breakout for opening long positions. So market also can be added to the watch list because it is interesting, and it can provide good trading opportunities. There is a request about Dow Jones. Let's look at Dow Jones. This market we have. Where so it was a good upward movement without any correction, but now the price is at possible reversal zone, and this zone formed by the previous uptrend line, which acted like the support for several times, and as a resistance when the price dropped below it, and the market saw it, bounced from it, and continued the falling. Now this uptrend line and price meet each other again, and in this zone, which is also supported by 26 and 200 level, 250 level, we have just a possible setup telling us about the reversal. Why the reversal? The resistance zone at the trend line, reversal candlestick pattern, and the market made good upward movement for just since the beginning of June, if we talk about 4-hour time frame. But if you look at the daily chart, you will see that also the daily time frame is going to form like a reversal candlestick pattern, like hammer, if I'm not mistaken, which can be also used like a signal telling us about possible reversal. So if we talk about just short-term, medium-term price movements, for our charts will provide us more details, because based on it, the market looks overbought. If you look at the RSI, which reached the overbought zone, we have MACD lines, which also climbed too high, and all these signals can support the correction movement, the downward movement, with the nearest target at let's say it can be like 25,300, based on these highs and lows, 25,500. So something like to this zone, and for confirmation the correction movement, the price will need at least to break 26,000 level in order to confirm that the market is going to correct the previous upward movement. Also, I guess that this 25,500 level, it will be something like about 50% of correction based on Fibonacci levels. So this zone will be interesting for possible reversal and buying, because we have just the market which tried to move lower to start just the downtrend, and this attempt failed. I will show you, because we have we had the downtrend line which the market should follow, but the market broke it, and from this moment we can think about possible the continuation of the sideways movement like we have, or maybe the market will be able to start a new uptrend, maybe like it was. But if we look at the chart based on, let's say, weekly time frame, not monthly, based on the weekly, we have interesting setup. We have like triple top, and it is another trend reversal signal. So the market was in the uptrend. We got a trend reversal signal. It means that 26,000 and about 700, or maybe even 27,000 levels, strong support, resistance, and here we got a triple top, which can tell us about possible maybe deep correction or maybe a trend reversal. But the breakout about this level will give us confirmation for the upward movement. Like I remind you, for a case if the trend reversal signal chart pattern fails, it can be used like a signal confirming the continuation of the previous price movement. So if we look at the daily time frame, here now we have like the sideways movement without any clear directions. So that's all about this market, and let's look at the silver and gold all together because they are close, they're the same. We have here you can see a good example how price acts after the breakout from the price channels. We had the descending price channel. It was rather difficult to say. Based on different tools, we could say that the market is in bearish trend, or the market continues, still stays bullish. But when the price reached this uptrend line, the green one, we got the reversal, we got a new swing high higher than the previous one, and the price broke this channel, moved back again, bounced, and made a strong upward movement. So it was a confirmation for the uptrend. The market made a good upward movement, and just draw your attention, it reached the resistance zone at 1350. It was the previous swing high, like here, and price bounces from this zone, and we have strong bullish candle, which if we get the close price at this level, it will be a good strong bearish signal, a reversal candlestick pattern. Also RSI reached the overbought zone and confirms the price reversal, so MACD also is going to support the downward movement. Altogether we have the opportunity for the market to move lower, and the falling will be it looks like 1300 level is interesting for reaching and possible reversal, or this support zone below 1300. This zone will be interesting for buying too. It will be based on the main uptrend line, 1285 support level and support zone. And also we will be able to find the combination of one of maybe two simple moving averages with different periods, with different periods. So now the breakout below, let's see, I will use another tool, the breakout below 1325. Why this level is important? Because this level acted like a resistance zone here, like support zone here, like resistance zone here. So for the market, this level is important. For confirmation, the falling, the price will need to break this level, and this breakout can be used for shorting. It can be done based on the 4-hour time frames, maybe based on 1-hour time frames, or even maybe based on the daily time frame. But if you want to sell, don't forget that the market is in the bullish trend, and trading against the main trend not always is a good idea. because you have more chances to make profit when you open your trades in the direction of the main trend than just when you try to catch reversals. Reversals, just for experienced traders, reversals must become from strong signals, like, for example, divergences, like reversal chart patterns, and not always reversals can give you just opportunities to make profit, because we talk about reversals and trading against the main trend, where you try to catch a correction movement. Correction can be like here, upward movement, downward movement, or it can be like sideways movement, and it will be also correction. So in this case you can make profit. In this case you can make only troubles. Anyway, if you like risky trades, the market is going to give you good sell opportunities, possible sell opportunities. And the same goes about silver market, because silver and gold moves just in the same, looks like in the same way. In this case, we also have huge bearish candle. It is a reversal bearish candle, but the market doesn't look so overbought like if compared with the gold. So from this point of view, I think silver should be skipped, and it will be better to search for, and it is more unpredictable, because with gold market we have the uptrend, and based on this we have something like a bearish trend if you use only, for example, downtrend lines and use only technical analysis with the swing highs and swing lows. For you, the market moves in a downtrend after breakout of this uptrend line. So from this moment you can say the market is in the downtrend. When price broke this downtrend line, you could think about possible sideways movement or the beginning of the uptrend. If so, if you think the trend can be bullish in silver, and you have reasons to think about it, because the market also gave us trend reversal pattern based on bullish divergence. Price diverged with RSI, MACD. So you could use this breakout for buying about this candle, for example. If you skipped this opportunity, you also got a new swing high, higher than the previous one, the breakout of the downtrend line, and now it's possible. Maybe it will be the best idea to wait for where will be a new swing low. If the new swing low will be higher than this one, or at least at the same level, the reversal can be used for buying based on the daily time frame, based on the lower time frames. But again, shorting here, it looks like not the best idea. I would like to wait for the correction movement, reversal, and think about buying based on confirmed reversal signals. We talk about silver, we talk about gold, and from the chart, from ZEP, let's talk about Zcash. Zcash. If you don't mind, let's use Kraken prices. What we have? We have again the uptrend. We have if we talk about this market, the same like with many other markets, it is in the uptrend. It was a good upward movement, and now the price just in this case I like this market more if compared with Bitcoin, because it made a good correction movement against the previous uptrend movement. And we can say that this market is ready to start upward movement, but still we have some bearish signals from MACD lines, which can tell us about that the market still has potential for moving to 70, maybe 72 level. If you talk about, if you think about buying, the perfect zone will be, let's say, between simple moving average 50 with 50 period and this uptrend line. So all reversals from this zone, it can be from this blue simple moving average, it can be from 100 period moving average, it can be from this purple line, which is 200 moving average. All this reversal can be used for buying and catching the uptrend. If you want to get additional signal confirming the upward movement, you can use this 4-hour time frame. Why we see the price bounces? The price bounces because it reached the downtrend line based on these swing highs. So the breakout above this line can be like additional signal confirming that the market is going to move to continue the uptrend. If so, it can be used like a reason for buying, but now it's better to wait. But again, what about if we compare Litecoin and Zcash? Zcash looks like a more interesting market because it has it's not far from the previous. The price is not far from the bottom. It just started the uptrend and it has more space for the upward movement. You can see the historical highs is about 800 900 level, so you will have much more space for the upward movement if compared with a Litecoin. But again, Bitcoin is good. Bitcoin is good for long-term trading, for medium-term trading, because it is supported by fundamental reasons and factors. And Zcash, like all other altcoins, I don't want to talk about shitcoins. These markets don't have solid fundamental support, so they are more risky. And about S&P 500, S&P 500, sorry, we have they have the market, which is which moves like Dow Jones and just the same. If we talk about just let's look at the weekly and you will see the same trend reversal pattern. What is important signal from the weekly time frame? Let's say 2930, 50, and just a strong resistance zone. We got double top, and double top is a trend reversal pattern too. So it tells us about that the market must have solid reason for breaking this solid resistance level. Price bounced and moved lower. Find the support at the combination between simple moving average 50 and 100, bounce and move upwards, and gave us the reversal candlestick pattern confirming the upward movement. But this week can give us a signal, can give us a bearish signal. It will depend on the shape of this. Now it is a small candle, but maybe it will be a reversal candlestick pattern, and the market will bounce from this another if we use this swing high, we see the reversal from we see 1000 just how much, what is the level, 2000, let's say 2900, no, it's too much, 2850, no, it was like 2870. It is another resistance zone, yes. And if the price moves back below it, it will be a signal telling us about the possible downward movement. And if we talk about the weekly time frame, we are still in the bullish trend, but we have a trend reversal signal, which can tells us about possible correction movement. If we move lower to the daily time frame, now it's time, we don't have, so it was an attempt to start the downward movement, we got the reversal, market continued upward. I would like to talk about here like a price movement in a wide range, or just maybe in market conditions like unpredictable market conditions, because we can't say that we have trends here, trend movements here, because for us trend must be something like this, so stable upward movement in this case, or stable downward movement in other cases. Here we have something like price movements up and down. It can be maybe continued like a sideways movement in a wide range. So definitely we don't have the uptrend, we don't have the downtrend. And now if you look at the possible candlestick pattern, we have good chances to get based on the daily time frame also reversal candlestick pattern like hammer, and it will give us just a signal, a possible downward movement. But for this the price must move, must break this 2870 level, and the nearest target will be 2800. And price action here will tell us about maybe the market will be able to start a new upward movement, because we will have a new swing high, a swing low higher than the previous one. It will be like a trend, it will be like a reversal. And the breakout about this local swing high will just tell us about a possible uptrend where we have higher highs, higher lows, and higher highs, higher lows. It is the description of the uptrend. But now the market doesn't look interesting and solid for possible trading opportunities, because we can't just describe correctly market conditions. If so, it's better to wait for additional signals for getting better understanding, or to move to another markets. So it's just my personal advice. As I can see, I replied all your questions from chat, and it's time to finish this stream. What I want to say. So we have interesting market conditions in stock markets. In stock markets, we can find everyday interesting market conditions, and these type of markets really cool for trading. We have interesting market conditions for silver and gold, and probably the market will continue the falling, and it can be used like for opportunities for buying, or it can be used like an opportunity. It can be used like opportunity for selling based on this reversal, or it can be used like opportunity for buying when the price corrects the previous upward movements, and providers confirm the reversal signals for buying in the direction of the uptrend for silver and for gold. As for crypto, also markets have some potential for correction movement, and the breakouts about the local downtrend lines and reversals from support zones can be used for buying. It's just only my personal opinion. You can use just these ideas for supporting your research and your trading ideas, but don't forget that for profitable trading, you must have your personal trading plan for exact market. You must follow this plan, and of course, you must follow proper money management and risk management rules. If you get even the perfect signal for buying or selling without good and proper money management and risk management, you will have a lot of chances to blow up all your money, because trading in the financial markets, it is risky, and you must have your personal plan and follow it for trading in proper way. I would like to remind you that we still have interesting offer where you can get 3 months for free. So if you are interested, if you want to get more details, just visit the page tradunity.com/beta. Ask me question in Discord channel. The links you can find below this post. You can ask me questions in TradingView. Also, subscribe to our channel. I hope from this week I will start making short videos about market conditions based on the most interesting signals. This Wednesday I'm going to make a new live stream where I am be able to reply your question about trading, not about markets, but about trading. We can talk about how to trade properly, how to manage properly your capital, how to invest properly, how to use different tools properly, indicators, technical analysis tools. So all we can talk about trading. I invite you to join that stream in order not to miss opportunities and in order to watch videos and know that we upload new videos. Subscribe to our channel, please. Turn on the notifications. It is simple, just clicking the bell. And see you next time. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. Thanks a lot for your questions, and have a nice and profitable week. See you. Bye bye.